you know what? I mean, compared to last year, I thought it was outstanding. I mean, we were so much further along as far as the schemes and the things we were able to do in the scrimmage. We got a lot of kids on film. One of the main things tonight that we wanted to see, we wanted to give the two quarterbacks really an opportunity to kind of show up and see who made good decisions and how they protected the ball. And so that obviously was there were some really bright spots from that standpoint. I think the other thing is that we learned an awful lot. When we watch this film, we're going to find out about roles for some of the guys, whether we're built some depth with backups, whether or not the guys that are the new starters, how successful have we been in trying to replace last year's starters. So for the whole, I mean, and obviously I think every coach in America would tell you this, you thank God that we got out of spring healthy. You know, I mean, went through an entire scrimmage. We had 3 major scrimmages with close to 180 full-speed snaps and didn't get any injuries, so that's a blessing.
Speaking of full speed, pads cracking.
Yeah, a little bit. It took, you know, it's a fine line because sometimes those guys, they got to go in there and they absolutely got to try to blow up their roommate, their best friend, somebody they locker next to, and so it's a little harder doing it than it is against an opponent. But there was some really good tackling tonight.
Coach, for the 2018 spring season now under wraps and everything, what can you attest to the commitment level that you've seen, not just from the returners, but especially from the new kids who have something to prove?
Well, I mean, I do. I think the kids have accepted the idea that we're having to replace a lot of very talented players that were big leaders. I mean, Anthony Went and Alex Magoo and Thomas Owens, I mean, those guys were big-time players. And the success we had last year, they played a huge role. So now we've asked, and we've been pushing the envelope over the last, 2 months, who's going to step up? Who's going to be the next generation? Who's going to take the responsibility and the ownership that I'm going to be the leader of my position group? And when it's time to go out there and play, you can count on me to make plays. I know my assignment. I'm going to give phenomenal effort. And tonight was, one of the steps that goes along with trying to create that.
Coach, David, FIU Sterling.
Yeah.
The new practice facilities, the first time you guys had that, going into that, what kind of help has that been?
Yeah, well, the practice facilities have been phenomenal. Having 2 fields where you can have significant different drills going on at the same time. You're not restricted by the size of the fact that you only have 100 yards to practice on. So the offense, they can throw the ball as deep as they want to. They don't have to worry about running into somebody else. And the other aspect of it is that we actually have now a full grass field. So, you can take the pressure off the stress of the kids' legs when they get a little bit tired of playing on the turf. We can go and practice on the grass. If we have opponents that we're going to play that have a grass field, it gives you a great opportunity to practice on grass. So it's spectacular, and we're very proud to have it.
But you seem pleased with what you saw. Are you going to sleep well tonight after what you
Yeah, until I look at the film, and like I've learned too many years ago, you're never as good as you thought you were, and you're never as bad as you thought you were. But I am pleased with the kids with the effort. I think that they're starting to understand that winning doesn't happen by accident. I mean, it only happens. You only get on Saturdays what you invest into it, whether it's emotional, whether it's strength and conditioning, whether it's your heart. And if they'll keep doing what they're doing, I think we'll be proud of what this team accomplishes next year. Okay? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.